Breakfast. Time now is 15 minutes past 8.
The Radio Wemo Breakfast.
What is that?
Aliens have been evacuated.
Floating.
A new life form has been
He's mysterious.
quarantined.
They're taking us through the infected zone.
It's the only option we've got.
Well, you got to use your imagination for that one. What the heck is going on? Well, the film is called Monsters, and we've got a new film reviewer in the Kiwi studio to tell us all about it. It is Lena Lamont in the Kiwi studio. Hello to you.
Hi,
Nice to have you in.
nice to be here.
Now,
Thanks.
you've got a blog site as well that we should point people towards.
Yep, all my film reviews are on lenalamont.wordpress.com.
Great. And how long have you been doing that for?
Since the beginning of the year, just
Yeah.
about. And I'm pretty good about it. I pretty much write up a review for every film I see.
Yeah.
So, I try to be quite religious.
And obviously seeing quite a few, because we're going to chew through two today. This first one, Monsters. It's to me, just looking at the trailer, it feels a little bit District 9-ish or something along those lines.
It's been likened to District 9. Don't be misled, I should say first off. Don't be misled by the title, Monsters.
Yeah.
What rubbish.
Well, I thought maybe a cartoon.
Well, exactly. And I asked a friend to see it, and he refused because he thought it was a cartoon. I
Yeah.
went and saw it, texted later and went, "You missed a good film." He went, "Wasn't it animated?" And I went, "No, idiot. Do some research." It's totally misleading because also there are no named actors in it. So it's apparently it's become a sort of a cult indie hit. Because it's really under the radar.
Yeah.
And with a name like Monsters, you just think this is going to be rubbish. And actually, it is surprisingly awesome.
It feels like one of those ones that they put a little teaser out on the internet, almost a couple of years beforehand, to show off the kind of some CGI sort of stuff that they've been working on. Feels a little bit like that.
It does feel like that because it's really subtle.
Yeah.
I've been likening it a little bit actually to 28 Weeks Later. The second of the zombie films.
Saw the first one, 28 Days.
Right, 28 Days Later was awesome.
Yeah.
And I caught 28 Weeks Later on telly a couple of weeks back and was surprised at how really, really good it was.
Yeah.
So it's got that kind of look to it. It's a little bit District 9 because the premise for this film is basically... And there are pretty much only two lead actors in the whole film and then a whole bunch of Central American extras. But the basic premise is this young photojournalist is in Central America. He has to escort his boss's daughter through what's called the infected zone because apparently 6 years ago alien life forms landed on Earth. They infected this area sort of between, sort of over Mexico, I guess, between Central America and the US of A.
And it's NASA's fault.
Apparently, because everything's NASA's fault, isn't it? And so he has to escort her through this zone that's got all these sort of unknown, unexplained creatures,
Yeah.
i.e. the monsters. But it is not as in your face as you think. It is not Aliens or Predator or Terminator or it's not even Jurassic Park, you know?
Doesn't look Hollywood epic.
It's not Hollywood epic at all.
Yeah.
The beautiful thing is it's made by a young British guy. I am so impressed with him. His name is Gareth Edwards, and I'm pretty much just saying watch out for the name Gareth Edwards. Be careful when you do, because I looked him up on IMDb and he's actually Gareth Edwards 5. So you know how on
Right.
IMDb there are like 8 Gareth Edwards, and you don't want to be tracking the career of a gaffer or a sound design guy. You need to get this Gareth Edwards.
Isn't that a shame? Because even if you're an actor and someone else has got your name and they've already acted, even if they were minor, you've got to change your name in the credits forever.
Yeah,
don't
that's
you?
right.
Yeah.
Well, my real name, which can remain undisclosed, there's already a woman in Australia with my real name living my dream career all over IMDb. So,
Right.
if that ever takes off for me, I'm going to have to stick with Lena Lamont.
So is this? I mean, does it feel budget at all?
Well, that's the other extraordinary thing. He made it for less than $100,000, which is incredible because when you look at it, it's really beautiful and atmospheric and I would say very high production values.
That's a Kiwi budget.
Well, exactly. And but I think it probably helps. He shot it in Central America. He shot it on location. I don't remember if it was actually in Mexico or whatever. As I say, 2 actors in it, neither of whom you've probably seen. I'd seen the bloke before in a low-budget film called In Search of a Midnight Kiss, which is a beautiful little film.
Yeah.
But basically they're nobodies. And all the extras are locals. And I read somewhere that the director and his very small crew, and let's bear in mind, this director wrote the film, directed it, shot it, and did the production design. So there we're talking relatively, so it's kind of family styles, He rocked up on the day, and they basically shot whatever they could do on that day with whoever was around. So I think that will have kept the costs down considerably.
Yeah. Well, do you do a star rating? How do you how do you like to rate films?
I would totally do a star rating.
Yeah.
If we do it out of 5, I would totally give this 4.5. Well, no, I nearly said 4.5. I was going to say 4.
Well, you did say 4.5.
I know. Can I say 4.25? It's absolutely a 4 out of 5.
We can give out quarter stars if you like.
Nah, let's not start that way. Let's wade into that territory in due course.
All right, well, let's look at the new Narnia.
Are you sure you're 18?
Why, do I look older?
Edmund, you're supposed to be helping me with the groceries.
Better luck next time, eh, Squirt? Squirt? I'm a king.
Not in this world.
Listen, have you seen this ship before?
It's very Narnian looking, isn't it? What's going on here? Edmund, the painting.
All right, well, I reckon you're going to have to help me out with this one because I lost the Narnia films on the second film.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you. The second film, this is the strange thing, right? I'm sure there were 7 books when I was growing up. There were 7 of the Narnia books, but they've condensed them into 3 films, which is probably a blessing.
Did you read all of them?
I bet I didn't.
Yeah.
I will have read the first... No, I reckon I read the first 3 and probably lost interest. You said you read the first 1 and lost interest.
Well, yeah, and then I think I might have done some audio, like BBC
gone
recordings
audio
or something like that, or like a teacher had given me, here, take the tapes.
For goodness sake, just learn it. Yeah. The second film was not great, I admit. That was, like The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, the first one was pretty neat, right? And then the second one, Prince Caspian's kind of hot, but apart from the fight scene at the end, I was not engaged in that film at all. So this is the third.
And not filmed in New Zealand, is it?
This one? This one they do a tiny... I stayed in the theatre right to the very end to see where they'd shot, and they did do a tiny little bit somewhere here, but mainly they didn't.
Okay.
Mainly it was in studios in England, and I think they shot around Australia. This one is pretty much set on a ship. It's a little bit Pirates of the Caribbean without all the good stuff that the first Pirates of the Caribbean had. It's not a marvellous film. It's great for the young people, and it's great for people who are aficionados of the books. But in itself, it's not that enthralling. And what's equally irritating is they put it out in 3D, and I was forced to see it in 3D in the cinema I went to, and there really isn't any 3D business going on. So
yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, that's a wasted opportunity.
Particularly when it's not filmed in 3D in the first place, because a lot of films aren't, and then they convert it, and then it's all wrong.
Because this is available, I think, in 2 and 3D.
Yeah.
And the 3D, I didn't get any sort of 3D vibe going on from it, so that seemed a little unnecessary.
What are your thoughts on 3D in general? I mean, is it totally just a gimmick, or does it have its place?
Oh, I think both. I think there are some films for which 3D is really warranted, and there are a whole heap which it simply isn't. And it actually bothers me.
Like the new Tron in 3D would probably be the shiz, right?
It probably would be. It probably would be awesome. And a friend of mine's just seen Tron, actually, and said that it wasn't too bad. I don't know if he saw in 3D or not, so I will definitely be checking that out. But there are a whole lot that they're filming, like these dance movies, I saw Step Up 3D.
Yeah.
Now, it was kind of nice in 3D, but it was completely unnecessary. You do not need to see people's feet coming out the screen at you, because you want to get down with the, I would say the drama. There really isn't much drama in those sorts of films, but,
So you sound generally unimpressed with this new Narnia?
Oh, it wasn't a bad film. It's just that it wasn't great. And unfortunately, it's up against one of the best Harry Potters that have been...
I got confused. And watching that trailer, I thought I was watching Harry Potter.
Yeah, no. Yeah. See, the latest Harry Potter, which is the penultimate one, is kind of everybody's saying this is the best so far. So it's unfortunate for Narnia that it's out at the same time as the latest Harry Potter, which is a good one.
Does not knowing the full stories of Narnia, do they sort of grow up like the Harry Potter sort of thing grows up?
Yeah, they do grow up.
Yeah.
So in this one, only the 2 younger children of the family of 4 are in this one. Can I honestly say the best thing about this film is that they drag their cousin, or no, they don't drag him. Their cousin Eustace is unfortunately dragged along with them. He is a classic character and a brilliant little actor. He's a young British child called Will Poulter. Did you see Son of Rambo?
No.
Oh, you should totally rent it. Son of Rambo is good fun.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, no, seriously. Son of Rambo is this neat little film about two little kids who decide to make their own movie that's like a tribute to the Rambo films. And this chap, Will Poulter, is in that, and he's grown up a little bit to be in the Narnia films.
Okay.
And he's the spice in the Narnia film, if you don't count Ben Barnes, who is Prince Caspian, who is, as I said, quite hot. So it's okay, but it's not one of these young people films that adults are going to really enjoy.
Okay. Star rating?
3?
3.
Out of 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, well, thanks for coming on in.
Pleasure.
Monsters. We looked at monsters in the new Narnia.
Yeah.
And go along and check the website as well, which is
www.linalamont, that's Lina, lamont.wordpress.com.
cool. Will you come back next week?
I would love to.
Great. We'll see you then.
Great.
It just gets weirder and weirder.
You have returned for a reason. Your adventure begins now.
The Chronicles of Narnia, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Directed by Michael Apted. Also available in digital 3D and select cinema.